Yeah, yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy King Shay Solomon, and we back with another banger, y'all. So today's video, we're gonna discuss OKC in New York, last night's game, and how I really think that this might really set the blueprint for the NBA going forward in the NBA Finals. Because this could be the potential NBA Finals matchup. And it's really surprising how a lot of people have been talking about that because when the Thunder and Pistons played, no one really said that. When Detroit and San Antonio played, no one really said that. When the Spurs and Knicks played, no one really said that. When Denver and New York played, no one really said that. Like when Denver and Detroit played, no one really said that. But now, when it comes down to OKC and um, New York, and now everyone's been saying it's a bit interesting, but it tells that it does meet screen finals um, appearance, and it makes sense too because you see SGA going to the Garden, he'll really have his superstar. He'll really have his case claim to fame because he's already been the best player in the world for the past like month or so. He's already been one of the best players in the league for the past 3-4 years, and he's already been a top three player in the league for what the past year and a half. So this will really up his superstardom, and it will really boost everything that he's got. You know, because now with all the accolades, he also gets the stardom. You look at Chet Holmgren, you look at the entirety of the Thunder. Same with J Dub, they're all gonna get boost too playing at MSG, and not only that, but the New York Knicks are actually a better offensive team than the Thunder, or at least statistically. So they will at least give them a run for their money there. And this game was really close too. Like he was a really watchable game. Like I think OKC was leading like damn near the entirety of the game, but it was really close. It was like like my nigga, like I'm leading the entirety of the race, but you're right behind me for the entirety of it. And towards the end of the finish line, it's an all-out sprint, and I just beat you. So that just sounds like a really good build-up. Sounds like it's gonna be close, and I could actually see the Knicks beating OKC if it was like a football type football type what you call it, where it's like one game and then you're over. I could see them beating it that way. The problem is OKC, they just overpowered. They just overpowered blowout teams in 7 game series. They just too dominant of a team, and I think that they're just gonna. Oh, at the end of the day, they're gonna blitz New York. You know what I mean? They're gonna force tougher coverages on Brunson. They're gonna force tougher coverages on Cat. Um, they're gonna send to the ball. There's a lot of other coverages that OKC could do to really harm New York. So that's why. So this is no shade toward being towards thrown towards New York, but I just think OKC was a better team. I think they were a better team last night, especially now. To be fair, you could argue New York played better team ball. Like even Jalen Brunson had 15 assists, which is crazy, yo. That what that lets y'all know is that in a defensive minded game, this really proves to me how Jalen Brunson's a star. Because I always tell people the stars can affect games in other ways than scoring, right? If someone like Jalen Brunson, right, has 60 points in one game, I guarantee you he's probably gonna have 10 plus assists because that's how good of it. That's if his secondary role is playmaking. Now obviously he's not an elite playmaker, but he will find ways to playmake if needed, right? You look at someone like SGA. 26 points, but he had 8 assists, and he was uberly efficient in those 26 points. So Jalen Brunson was kind of inefficient when in his 16 points, but SGA was kind of efficient in his 26 points while almost dishing out 10 dimes to everyone else, and especially Chet. He helped Chet a lot. I mean, this dude went 22 points, 8 for 11, and 6 for 8 from the 3-point line in just the first half alone. Like that is crazy. That is crazy. That's ridiculous. So I think that that might be another outlier similar to Case and Wallace. Case and Wallace going catching fire against Denver. Those are two outlier games, but outlier games just happen. Like you could just find a role player too, or well, even in chess case, you might find an all star to catch fire. You could see some stroke, some happen. But like yeah, I mean the Knicks and OKC will really be a tough matchup. And I remember coming home from my dentist appointment the other day um, after getting home from work. And when I found out that game was happening, I was like, damn, bro, it's a perfect time, man. It's sunny as fuck out here. I'm just getting some food. I'm gonna go watch the game, man. Like, you know what I mean? This was yesterday too, so I'm just so glad I was able to do that. I was able to catch OKC. But as always, y'all, I'm just sharing my thoughts on the game, on how it went last night, on how I think it's really gonna make an impact going forward. So make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. That again, that's a Holy Trinity and Mount Rushmore. Links on YouTube. So as always, y'all see you later, man.